Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Rosie.
And I'm Shorty.
And this is
Skate Sunday.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey.
Damn, we sounded really good on that one. Hold on.
We singing.
Harmonizing. So, welcome to Skate Sunday, everybody. We have a wonderful, wonderful show with you. We have Drama Mama on. Y'all know her as Drama Mama Skates on Instagram, and we're so excited to talk to her.
Yes. I have so many questions.
A big thank you to Brunny Hardcore for sponsoring the show. Brunny Hardcore is an independent skate company known for their slide blocks. They also have Band-Aids and apparel, and they have a pair of wide trucks that they collabed with Chuff Skates on. So go to brunnyhardcore.com for more information and get yours today. If you want to be slipping and sliding, want to do it, or grinding, whatever.
Grinding.
So visit brunnyhardcore.com.
Thank you to Sunshine Skates for sponsoring Skate Sunday. This is an apparel brand by our good friend Owie. They produce this entire brand by themselves, hand printed and hand shipped. You see them with the big bag of shirts?
Yeah.
Like basically just
like Santa
haul
Claus.
in like Santa in Christmas in July of
the post
Sunshine
office.
Skate.
The post office loves when they come in.
Number one customer.
One person. One person doing all this
work. Support our friend. Go to catchinglizards.net and get your shirts before they run out.
Catchinglizards.net. And don't come at us if the design you want isn't there, because you should have got it when you saw it.
I already told you. They're limited.
They're limited edition. They're special, so you ain't grab them. You
want to be special?
We have our special guests in the building. We have Drama Mama Skates.
Thanks for joining Skate Sunday.
Thanks for joining Skate Sunday. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for those who don't know who you are?
Hi, I am Jeneva Martinez. I live in Roswell, New Mexico. My handle is Drama Mama Skates. Drama Mama, between my husband and I, we have 6 boys. My pronouns are she and they and mama. And now recently I'm a nana. So Drama Nana also.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
I have a beautiful grandson that just turned 1.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Yes,
Thank
congratulations.
You.
So, oh my God, I'm just so excited to meet with you. Like I've been following you for since I've started skating. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into skating, and we'll just keep going from there.
Okay. So I started skated as a child at the rink. My brother taught me how to skate. He was like the guy with the whistle, it was like going too fast, wrong direction. And my parents kind of just like dropped us off at the rink every weekend. So I think they got some alone time. But our rink shut down probably when I was 11 or 12, probably when I needed it the most is when the rink shut down. So fast forward until I'm like 32, 33. I always loved skating, and I always had a pair of really cheap skates that were like from Big Five, just in case we were ever out of town and I could hit up a roller rink or anything. And a girl came to town and she was like, I want to start a roller derby team. And I was like, I've been dreaming about this. Let's do it. She ended up sticking around for about 2 months. She had some other obligations, and the fire was lit with so many community members that wanted to see it going. But during that time, we didn't really have an actual space. So I was also going to the park. So I was like park skating, and I was like loving that more than I was loving derby. But then I realized derby made me a better park skater, and park skating made me a better derby skater. So we continued with our local league here in Roswell. There was some really strong influential people that wanted to see it happen here. And so I ended up joining a league at West Texas, which is in Lubbock, which is 3 hours from where I live.
Oh, wow.
And I would travel there and like learn as much as I could and bring it back to our league and coaching. And the excitement was like, here I am, like a skater that really doesn't even know the rules, but I'm coaching other people. So that's kind of how skating came back into my life. I was also recovering from breast cancer. And that's a story that I talk a lot about, and how skating made me feel beautiful again. Because that time when I had breast cancer, I ended up having a double mastectomy and having my stomach muscles removed to recreate my breast. It was like this whole new reconstructive. This was about, I guess it was 11 years ago. And I was in a wheelchair for about a year. And I had gotten up to right at 300 pounds. And I was struggling with depression. I was struggling with what the doctors told me my abilities were. And they told me I would never be able to like get out of bed without assistance from my husband.
Wow.
So that was a real struggle. And so roller skating just kind of opened up a whole new array of things that my body could do. So like just gliding made me, just lacing up my skates and gliding and roller skating made me feel beautiful, but learning to do stuff and move my body in certain ways that they told me I would never be able to do again, like pushed me even harder, like pushed me to where, you know, we built a mini ramp in my backyard. And then we got bigger, we built another, a higher ramp so I could do flips. And that's a whole nother thing about doing flips is, for one, they said I could never do certain movements. But even as a child, like I was a thicker kid. And I remember a lot of questions I always get from skaters is, do you have gymnastic background? Were you a cheerleader? Like, no, I went to cheer camp once with my sister and they made me, I wanted to be the fly girl. I wanted to be the one that was like jumping and doing flips. But I was told I needed to be the base because I was stronger. I was thicker. I could hold the skater or the cheerleader and fire. Yeah. And throw her up. And I'm like, I want to do that though. So roller skating's like, opened up my mind and my body and ability to do things that I've been told I wouldn't be able to do since I was like 8 years old. So,
oh my God,
yeah, there's that.
That's a beautiful journey.
Yeah, what an incredible journey you've had. Like, wow.
Thanks. Yeah. Recently at Rollercon, I released a book called my Skatepark Tour book. So I think a lot of people have been seeing that online going around, but there was a book before that called You're Never Too Old To. And chapter 3, so this lady contacted me, Karen Kennedy, and she'd been following me on Instagram and on Facebook. And she was like, yeah, I want to do a book of people that have inspired me through my darkest days. And you're one of those people. Like, I bought a pair of skates after watching you skating and like talking through like your weight loss journey and your abilities. Awesome. So I'm chapter 3 in this book, and I talk all about like the breast cancer part of roller skating. So that was pretty cool. I got to sell a few of those at Rollercon. But
what's the name of the book one more time for those listening?
It's called You're Never Too Old To. Oh, there you go. I'm chapter 3. Chapter 2 is a skateboarder who was like in his late 60s when he started. So it's a very cool book. It's very inspirational. If anybody like just feels like age is a number, because age isn't a number. I'm a grandma now, so.
You're gonna change the handle now? Drama grandmama.
Drama nana.
Yeah, that's cute, actually.
It's an ongoing joke between my local skaters and a few of my friends, and of course my kids. They're like, okay, Nana, time to slow down.
That's
But
wonderful.
yeah, so the Rollercon, my skate park tour, I actually just sold out today. So I'm going to be taking
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
You heard it here first on Skate Sunday.
yes. A skate shop that was at Rollercon reached out to me and they're like, how many books do you have left? And I said, we only got like 5 left. She's like, I want them all. So I'm
that's
mail those
beautiful.
out tomorrow and then probably do another pre-order to get some more in. So it's pretty exciting.
So tell us about your book. You're the author of My Skatepark Tour. It's a children's book, correct?
No, actually, it's a book. I'm working on a children's book with my son right now called Connor Learns to Garden, and then also Connor Learns to Roller Skate. But this book is for roller skaters. This is more of a journal. I wrote this book because I was doing so much traveling right before the pandemic with my husband. So I would travel to West Texas to do roller derby. And then that's with the team. So then we would travel all over with that team. And like if we had a bout on Saturday, on Sunday, I would do classes about introduction to park skating to both teams, whoever wanted to come. So, after we're done bouting against each other, let's meet at your local skate park and let's talk about dropping in and like pumping and just trying to get people excited about park skating and derby. I think there's a lot of hesitation about derby coaches allowing or not wanting their derby skaters to be in the park like right before a bout. They don't want injuries and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But actually learning to park skate and picking up your feet and knowing what's in front of you will help you become a better.
Your reaction time, the scooter
your
kids jamming the scooter kids.
Yes, exactly. Because you have to learn how to rotate. Yeah, you have to learn how to rotate both ways.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a setback that I think some derby players find themselves in, that they will only do what's comfortable to them. So I was asked, like, what park do you recommend? I'm going through Southern Texas. There's this beautiful park. I couldn't remember it. I remember the bowl. I remember the transitions. I remember this beautiful clam that it had, but I couldn't remember the name of the park. So I was talking to my husband about like, I need to like make a journal of like where I go to these skate parks. So basically it's just a journal that everyone can journal themselves of where they've gone. So it's like your park skate notes, like the date, the park name, the city, the weather. Is it a public park, private park, DIY park? Was it free? Did you have to pay? Helmets? Wow. Was that involved? Was there public bathrooms? Are there lights? Can you take pets? So it's just a quick little entry that you can just check mark. And then is it concrete, wood, metal? Does it have rails, ledges, quarter pipes, keyholes, vert, snake runs? And it's just a good way. And then at the very end, you can like add in how you felt when you got to the park. Did you try something new? Did you smash a trick? Did a trick smash you? Injury report if you got hurt, and then the likeliness that you're going to return to that skate park. So it was kind of interesting talking to the people at Rollercon, the skaters that came through. One skater did a whole skate park tour for the summer and like kind of traveled around 2 states. And her plan was to put like, this will be her 2022 summer skate park tour. And then another skater's like, I live in New York. I want to only document New York skate parks. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. And then one of the skate shops was like, I'm going to have it up And then all of my skaters that come through, I want them to put their favorite park and sign it.
Oh,
So it's kind of like
there's so many different things you can do with that. I love it.
You can get with your friends and like share different ones.
Exactly.
Stop
like,
it.
Hey,
That
is
is the cutest. That is the cutest. And I love that because especially because sometimes like you've gone to a park and they either change or you forget, like, did I like that park?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I hate that park so much? Like, and you could just go back and be like, oh, okay, I remember now, or oh yes, I like this one. So that's thank you so much.
Yeah, there was one where there was like a spine, and I despised that park because I couldn't do this trick over the spine. And once I realized, if I documented that, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna stash that spine again. I'm gonna get that trick.
Definitely. So. That's wonderful. And that's just like so fun. Like it's interactive and there's again unlimited possibilities with that.
Yeah. I'm hoping to do a different edition with it and like maybe to where it could be interactive where people could share online and also share photos. And then I've been talking with my publisher about even making one for skateboarders and scooter kids and for rollerbladers. So right now it's tailored towards roller skaters. So
okay,
Lady Trample did the Lady Trample did the artwork.
Oh wow!
And so she did like a whole little United States with like different skate parks highlighted.
That's wonderful.
So it's sold out now, but where can you pre-order them?
They can get a hold of me through Instagram or my Facebook page, and I can start with the pre-orders and probably have it out. I'm hoping like in the next 15 to 30 days. So they wouldn't have to wait long if they wanted one.
That's so exciting. Congratulations. That's a really awesome thing you created.
Also, I could point them in the direction of the skate shops that have them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I believe 3 skate shops now are carrying them.
Go ahead. So. Shout them out.
There's Sin City Skates. Ramps and Alley. And who's the other one that picked it up? Unity Skate Shop in Seattle.
Perfect. Well, congratulations on being a hit author. And but I also seen that you are a politician. You are getting into to the Parks and Recs. There is voting involved.
I was just recently elected commissioner for the Parks and Recs department here in Roswell, New Mexico. It's something that I don't want to say I'm into politics. I'm more of an advocate. So I've been advocating for homelessness for about 12, 13 years now. I opened up 2 homeless shelters here in Roswell, started a nonprofit with an amazing group of people in our community. And I spearheaded that. But once I saw that it was up and going and doing well, we had the shelters open, which took like 2 years of fighting really hard. This is a very conservative area. I think I was in the newspaper 26 times and like on the news 7 or 8 times, trying to fight for this and getting a lot of pushback from my mayor, my city council, some community members. But the most part, the community had my back. Like the community saw the need for it. So I've been advocating for years. And so when roller skating came into my life, I felt the need that we needed to advocate for our skate park. Our skate park here has not been updated, I think, for like 30 something years. And it's bad. It's kind of a joke among skaters because of the way it was made. I don't really know the whole story behind it, but it's shaped like a man's genital.
Oh my goodness.
The aerial
This is a skate park you're talking?
This is our local skate park. So so like when I tell the Parks and Rec now, they're like, no. I'm like, look at the aerial view. Look at the aerial view. But they're
like, I don't see it. I don't see
it. So there's many reasons why I really wanted to get on the Parks and Rec Commission. It's not just for the skate park. It's also for safe trails. Our trails are pretty bad. We try to do marathons or 5Ks. I did a rock run and roll 5K for the shelter. We brought in about $25,000 during that. And so we would have people that wanted to walk, roll, or run this 5K. And at every certain point, there was someone playing acoustic music or like playing the bongos or just singing. And at the end, there was a concert. It was so amazing and cool, but the trail wasn't safe. A lot of the roller skaters had to stop. We had bicycles, we had scooters, we had a few people in wheelchairs that needed to stop because they couldn't get over the cracks. So that really concerned me for not just my event, but for future events that want to utilize our local trail. It's our one and only trail that can be used for those type of fundraisers. And then also trying to get maybe like, just give me concrete. If we just have a slab of concrete, we could do a hockey rink or a roller, a derby / hockey / put basketball goals up. We can create a space that is safe for kids that don't want to, do soccer, or they can't, or their parents can't afford the $150 registration fee. Or football or, the little league sports, but, want a positive outlet for physical activity without the cost and without being subjected to a structural sport, Right. Sometimes competing with other people doesn't bring out the best in someone. Maybe competing with themselves and like pushing themselves and having personal goals is a better outlook than being put on a structural team and a coach yelling at you. So, and I've figured that out. My older boys are 23 and 21, and I put them through like the little league baseball, basketball, football, all the way up into high school. And my 9-year-old now, he's just like, I'm not about that. I want to like plant my garden and go outside and be on the longboard when I want to be, or try that rail when it's my time to try it, not being pressured into doing it or being compared to someone else that's doing it. So
yeah, there is some pressure in high school sports.
Oh, definitely.
That, it's not for everyone. And I love that you just, hey, it's not for you. It's not for you. Let's go garden.
Yeah. I'm like trying to contain myself because I'm like, yes, like I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I was a cheerleader in high school, and like the dues alone for doing a sport. And I know like certain teams like Derby and things like that also have dues. But just the competitiveness, like you're saying, like it does like weigh on you a lot. And some people, they thrive in that and some people don't. And it's just like, I love the idea of, we love a multi-use public space. Like we love it. We're actually pretty privileged that like our local park is dual-sided. So it has a outdoor roller rink on one side, and then there's a slab of concrete that connects a full skate park. And they're both kept within the same type of size of the rinks. Like the rink is the same size, but they have It's like just nothing in one of them. You could just like do derby or dance skate or hockey, anything you'd like. And then it's like a full on skate park for anyone that wants to do a, aggressive type of skating. And I don't know, it's just like, man, thank you for doing this work. Like it's needed. It's so needed.
And somebody saw that that's work need to be needed because those parks already exist with the rink. And so in New Mexico, I already know of 3 other parks that are like that, like the rink and the skate park, and they're right next to each other. And I think that's going to give me a 1-up to show that other communities are doing it and it works. And we could also, so this is the whole thing about advocating and politician.
Get into
it. They want to know how it's going to benefit the city. So not so much I'm advocating for the youth, like bring this in for our kids, but they want to see how's it going to improve our city? How is this going to bring in tourists? Well, if we have other derby teams that want to come in and bout, for one, that will bring in lodger tax. Also, if we did youth hockey, street hockey, all these other places already have it. They're skipping over our community because we don't have it. We can't even form a team because there's nowhere to practice. So lodger tax. And then also for a small fee or sponsorships or teams getting together, they can probably charge for that outdoor space. But then when it's not being utilized for a team, it can be utilized for any child that wants to go out there, any adult that wants outdoor physical activity. So quite interesting how you have to kind of explain both ways how it's going to benefit everybody as a whole. And it will benefit the city. It will benefit our children.
How hard is it to convince them of this stuff though? I feel like it would just frustrate me to have to just say the obvious and be like, this is good for the kids in the community. Like, what else is there to say?
We can't.
I would just
be like, you don't fucking understand. Like, how do you keep yourself from like, you don't get it, sir? Listen, mister. Like, how do you like contain yourself?
Yeah, that was really hard trying to get the shelters open, and the fight for that, where I never wanted to expose any of the people I was working with. So I never had them come into any city council meetings. But they were constantly in the paper anyways, because when the city had, like, our city did some crazy stuff. They broke some very delicate, like human rights, by criminalizing homelessness to where they could not sleep within the city limits, but then the city didn't create a space for them to go to. So they forced them out into the county. And so we had several deaths in the county immediately after they pushed everybody out. And then I was told I could no longer do tents and sleeping bags because while I'm trying to get the shelters open, I give out tents and sleeping bags. But I'm now aiding them to break the city ordinance and sleeping within they called it erecting a structure within city limits. And so they were getting fined. And it was like this whole vicious circle. And so I think this is going to be so much more pleasant. How easy I think it will be for the youth to come out and I was talking about how infrastructure goes and how then it will go to city council, and then when city council approves it. But in the meantime, I have to figure out all the budgeting and like, am I asking the city to cover the whole cost, or can I find grant money out there that will help with this project? So that's something that I've done in the past is I've written several different grants for the community. And I learned grant writing back in my 20s, early 20s, when I worked for school-based health centers. And it's helped me throughout my adulthood to see projects that I feel would have a need for our community. And grant writing seems so scary, but it's finding out the statistics, finding out the need, finding out who would support it, and reaching out to those people. So
That's incredible. So the grant writing process itself, how is that? Like, what?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
So the way I would probably approach grant writing for this would probably look at the YRRS, which is the Youth Risk and Resilience Survey, which is done across the USA. And it's a snapshot of different communities that's done every 2 years. I don't know if you might remember, like in middle school or high school, taking this long survey, to ask you questions like, have you smoked pot? Have you done this? And it's like someone comes in and they like give the survey. They're like, this is all confidential information. I don't know if I'm not going to ask you how old you are, but did you ever have to fill like a survey like that?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think in school I did, but they made it like, they called it something different, like mock like census or something like that.
Right.
Like that's what kind of how and it was to try to explain like what a census would be like. And it was kind of those type of questions. So I wonder if they did it on the low to get the answers. And we're over here thinking we're learning. We were learning, but
yeah. I mean, it basically is a snapshot of like what's going on in your community. How are your kids doing? How are they at risk, and are they resilient to overcome these risks that are given to them? And I think skating and physical activity is a huge way to be resilient when you are given so many high risk factors, like being exposed to drug and alcoholism at a younger age, or not feeling that you have housing security or food security. So there's all these different factors that are brought into like at high risk our youth are. And our youth here, as conservative as this community is, our youth is probably the highest risk in the state of New Mexico. So we have to create outlets for our children. And I think that's the way I'm going to write this grant or propose it to the city. And I hope they listen. And I hope to have some kids there that have benefited from skateboarding or roller skating, or just getting out there. And I mean, I think we can all agree when we put on our roller skates, our mind kind of forgets everything else. It is a type of therapy. And if we look at physical activity as therapy, maybe we'll be taken more serious. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's seen as a part of your health and well-being, maybe it would be taken more seriously as just like, oh, we need a roller skate rink. That's what we need to spend our city money on. But it's, at the same time, it's just like there's so much going on in this country, and it's hard for young people to feel the motivation to organize. So like, what do we say to people? We want to organize, but it's like we feel unheard. So it's, how do we get to the point where we can organize and feel like it's going to get us somewhere? Yeah.
We're really talking about that whole being. It's not just a meetup. It is, it's a way for us to express ourselves, to release that energy, to become healthier adults, and young adults that want to start it at a younger age. So it's a very interesting concept to look at alternative sports as a therapy as an organized sport. You know, we're not on the tennis courts. We're not, you know, in the, and I did play women's football and organized football.
Oh.
And I loved playing football, but I love skating more.
Right.
And I loved the freeness of park skating and competing with myself and pushing my body to certain limits and not being conformed to a team. Also, I mean, I still love roller derby. I played a roller derby bout at Rollercon and we lost bad. It was 38 to 340. It was so bad. But it was still fun.
So, because I mean, I'm unfamiliar in the derby world, but do you play on like what team do you play on? Or you still play, right?
Well, I mean, with the pandemic, I really wasn't practicing. I did get in on a scrimmage with West Texas right before Rollercon, but Rollercon, it was Team Kaya versus Frogmouth. So Team Kaya, I think we have like 4 or 5 sponsored roller derby skaters. So they had to fill in the roster with like 15 other skaters that were Kaya. Well, Team Frogmouth is practically Team World. it had Aaron Jackson from, our Olympic winner.
Yeah.
Gold winner.
Yeah.
It had Miracle Whips. It had Freight Train. It was a very intense. And I was like, oh, they're probably going to take it easy on us. Oh, no. They would not call it. They had power jams. They were not calling it off. They were like, we're taking all the points. It was so much fun, though. It was probably should not have been the first day that we played because we got beat up. I mean, I got beat up. So I was feeling it the rest of and I coached I think 5 or 6 classes.
Oh, cool.
Of park skating and some stretching classes. And so it was pretty interesting. I love coaching. I love spreading the stoke about roller skating and doing the basics with newer skaters. And also like learning backsides and different tabernacles and like different just footwork. And then there was the contest. And I was so nervous about the contest because I was like, oh, man, getting old and there are these amazing roller skaters that are just like and when I coach, I tell people, this half cab, no one taught me this, but it took me 6 months to break it down and they're getting it within that hour. I'm like, I love it. It's amazing. But I usually always say, if you don't get it, it took me this long. It's a lot of information. Work up to it once you get home. It's muscle memory. Oh no, they're landing it right away.
Like, so, I got it. What do you mean?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this good?
Is this it? Oh, this?
Oh, I get it now. I'm like, But I love that they get it. And I'm like, make sure you go back to your community and share that information.
Do you go to Rollercon every year?
I've gone, I tried to. Even last year, Rollercon did not happen.
Yeah, that's the one I was supposed to go to.
I still went during the same week to help out Ivana and Dish. They're like the owners of Rollercon, and they had to move all the ramps. And so there was a small group of us, like maybe 10 of us, that helped move all of the ramps from one warehouse to the new warehouse because they were the warehouse that it was in was going to be part of the new Raiders stadium.
Oh,
like
wow.
They literally like bulldozed the warehouse to make it into like a parking lot, I think. So everything had to be moved. So it was really sad to see that Rollercon didn't happen, but we also had a black and blue ball, like a little outside private one where we all dressed up and surprised them to say, that we appreciate that Rollercon has happened in the past, and we hope to see it in the future. So it was really nice that it actually happened this year. So yeah,
that's wonderful.
Rollercon.
I want to go. I want to go to Rollercon.
The Skatepark Tour was really nice. It was really hot. It actually rained a little bit, and it was so crazy when it rained. It was literally like hitting the ground and goes because it was still like 113 degrees there.
Oh yeah, it's hot. I forget it's hot other sometimes I have to remind myself that other places are hot as well. Other than Florida. We're in Florida, so
I was supposed to go to Florida on a skate park tour right before the pandemic. So we were supposed to go in March. And in April, the first week of April. So March like 20th. It was supposed to be the Wild Bones skate park tour. Wow. And we were gonna hit up probably like 7 different skate parks, and our sponsor had all of the Airbnbs laid out. All of our airfare was like already taken care of, and then it got canceled, and it was really sad. But it was maybe soon that will happen again.
You know, make you feel better. Coming to Florida.
I know.
Do it.
You can still do it. Bring your kids to Disney. Well, I mean, I know y'all got Disney in Cali, but it's near you too. But
I'm not near water or anything. I'm in New Mexico. Like,
come
dry.
I'm just saying, like, I know there's a closer Disney, but like, go to the far one.
Yeah,
this is Disney. That ain't Disney.
This is Disney. I actually swim in the ocean. I can't swim in the ocean in California.
Yeah, you got to come to the east ocean, the Atlantic. So before we let you go, I just want to ask you a few more questions.
Yes.
So what are some goals that you have with your new position?
Definitely to try to get the city on board with expanding more services that are available to everybody in the community, improving our trails, and making just access to all services. So like right now, our Parks and Rec is even trying to have like public benches, like and picnic tables to where you have to rent them in the park. And so that's something that I'm very vocal about not letting that happen, and also supporting nonprofits. I want them to support nonprofits for things that they want to do in the park instead of trying to charge them as if they were a commercial concert. And so I feel like my city is nickeling and diming everybody, and a city is not. I've heard a lot of city council people say our city should be run like a business, but a city should not be run like a business. A city should be run as a community, and a community is meant to make better quality of life for those that live in it.
Right.
It's exactly. Not meant to make a dollar off of you.
Seriously.
So. Preach.
But,
I suggest like reaching out to local YMCAs that maybe have a skate park.
Yeah, they just destroyed our entire YMCA. They're building condos through
it. Fun fact. We had a YMCA that we were like, it was beautiful. Like, how big is that? 10 foot or 7? 8?
It's at least 8.
It's like an 8-foot gator skin vert ramp at a YMCA.
3 concrete bowls, like
yes, and then like concrete bowls from I think they said the 80s or 90s. And, they're all like beautiful, like art in them and whatnot, pool coping. And they were like, destroy them for condos. Let's go. Like,
I just heard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
I'm so sad about that.
So
there's a fly bothering me. So like,
get them.
This is my drying room where like I dry all my teas and stuff. So I do the farmer's market every weekend. And so there's one fly that's just bothering the crap out of me. But yeah, that gator skin ramp, that vert ramp, I've seen it on. Are they going to move it? Are they going to try to?
They sold everything.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
find out where it went.
Yeah.
I know. Some of the PR guys from Gator Skin will be like, "Where'd that ramp go?"
Yeah, for sure. There were some other ramps and skate obstacles, but they were old, like really old. They were fiberglass. Like if you sat on them, it made your ass itch, like really bad. So
I got a picnic table like that.
Yeah, and they sold those, but I don't know what they did with that Gator Skin ramp. I would really love to know.
DM us if you know what happened to that gator skin ramp.
Yeah.
We're under investigation.
We gotta make a Netflix documentary about finding the gator skin ramp.
Where did it go? Follow it.
And our last question for the night, if you want to.
So we also want to continue to work with our Parks and Rec. So what advice would you give us to work with our community?
Honestly, show up to find out when the meetings are. Even a lot of communities have gone to online Parks and Rec, so where you can like log on and ask questions. But if you can do it face to face and just be present, I think cities are more, I wouldn't say they hide things from the community, but they don't make things as public as when the meetings are. You have to go find that out. And when you find that out, they know you have an interest, and like you have the intent to try to make a change. And if they see your face at those meetings more than twice, they will definitely want to know why you're there, and they'll be more apt to listen to you. And it's sad that you have to put in that effort, and every voice should be heard. But a lot of times I think Parks and Rec or City Council or infrastructure or whatever, people want something to happen. They'll voice it, but then there's no action. So like coming to the table, once you realize how the structure of the meetings go, coming to the table with, well, can I apply for a grant? Can I write something? Can I bring something to the table than just my opinion? Because if I'm just bringing my opinion, where's my action? Where's my follow through? I need to be just invested in it as my opinion is. Mm-hmm. And I know roller skaters, we are invested in
and
in our community.
We are. We're like, I got time today.
Yep. And the interest that you put into what they're doing, you may find out that there's something already in the works. They just need skaters' opinion. Mm-hmm. I know so many skate parks that have been put up by just like a generic blueprint plan, because nobody showed up to the meetings to tell them, well, this is what we want. So as long as they know, a lot of money is allocated through the state for certain Parks and Rec development. So because they tore something down, there might be money allocated to build something new. And there's several grants, like through Tony Hawk Foundation. He builds a lot of stuff from the ground up in a certain type of neighborhood. So it'd be like a lower poverty neighborhood that had never had anything there. So if there's a plot of land that maybe the county has or the city has, you help identify that, like by going to not just Park and Recs, but by like going to your county commissioners and looking at like, okay, well, who owns this land? I had to do this when opening the shelters. Like, what district is this? I1, I2, and that means industrial. Is this in a residential? Is this near a school? Like, where would a good skate park or skating rink be ideal? And a lot of that should be like thinking about where kids are. And I think that's just doing what you want to see, you doing the research and taking it to the table. It's going to be the biggest step in the right direction for the city or county to be like, okay, they've already done half the work. They're invested in it. They want it. We have the money allocated for it. Let's do it.
Thank you
You got me feeling all optimistic and stuff.
Yeah. I'm like,
and you know what? When you do find out that information and you start doing the research and like looking at those surveys and like realizing like, man, we could really be impacting not just ourselves, but impacting everyone around us.
Yeah.
And, you know, even touching one person is worth it to do all that work. It gets you excited to do more research and to be like, oh, I could do this. Oh, yeah, this makes sense for it to be here, not here. And this is why. And then like taking that to the table. This is why this is a good, you know, and that's your argument. Your argument just isn't give it to us because we need it and we want it. Your argument is because it's going to be beneficial to everybody around us, the city and our community.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. I just, I'm so excited to get out there and look at emails and
I'm getting my clipboard.
Get the clipboard. It's interesting how you said like, just even that, like just being there to like put your input in will help, you know, if there is something in the works already.
Yeah. And finding developers. And I don't know much about developers. When I get to that point, I'm definitely going to reach out to like Skate Witch and Unity Skate Shop. They've dealt a lot with like building skate parks in their community, along with a lot of DIY stuff. But there's some great builders out there that know what they're doing with a budget. And so I could point you guys into that direction. But until then, like, I'm still like, where am I going to source this funding from, and how am I going to convince my city?
You have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can people find you if they want to find you?
You guys can find me on dramamama.skates on Instagram, or Jeneva Martinez on Facebook, or email dramamama.skates@gmail.com. So any of those platforms, I will respond back. And I got a lot of projects coming up, but I will always try to take the time to read through my emails. And if there's anything I can do to help assist, I can try to point people in the right direction. So.
Thank you, Jeneva. Yes. We appreciate your time and your wisdom, and please continue your hard work. We appreciate it, and the rest of our communities does as well.
Thank you so much for having me. I was like super excited. I was like, oh, do I have time? Yes, I have an hour to just like talk. So, and I love talking about this stuff, and I'm so glad that there are people out there to showcase it and spread the word. So I appreciate you both.
What a pleasure it was to talk to Jeneva today. Like, I am ready to call my local commissioners.
I'm ready to act. I'm ready to.
We're going to bring the clipboard and sit at City Hall and do all the things. But let's do a segment. You know, for you, we're going to do a segment. Our segment for today is, what's your dream skate park?
Ooh, good one. Tell me.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Me go first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, for me, so it's an indoor skate park, right? So it's an indoor skate park, right? And it's got the mini, the biggie, the vert ramp. It's got boxes, ledges, everything. But it's also like a community center, where they have like a dance room with mirrors where you can go to like,
Ooh.
you know, do some like jam skating classes with the lights and the and it's also got a full-on roller rink, like regular, and another one
Inside, everything inside.
A track, yeah, like a big ass warehouse almost, and then like a track, like elevated track for derby or whatever, you know, if you just want to skate in circles, elevated. And but it's also mainly like a community center, you know, so you can go for, there's daycare, there's after school programs.
Yes, I love all of this.
You know, there's a skate shop. You can, there's a place for donated clothes, or, you know, you can buy clothes or whatever, you know, with what the pump. That'd be awesome, right? And just a place where all skaters can go and kind of have a safe place. But big major factor, though, it's got to be 24 hours.
Hey, yeah, that's a thing.
It's got to be 24 hours. It's got to be 24 hours. And, you know, we'll also, like, employ skaters and pay skaters for, like, their time. And, you know, you can get a job and also love to skate here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't steal it, y'all. Don't I see you
or
trying
steal it and I want to go.
Yeah, steal it. Okay, actually, steal it. Tell your...
build it.
Yeah.
You build it.
Right. Want a wraparound porch? I want baby blue doors. No.
Oh, no.
The Notebook.
I only watched it once because it ruined my week. I was like, never again.
Oh.
Yeah. Mine, I would do outdoor. I don't like fluorescent lights. I need the sun. I'm a lizard. I like to fry.
Yeah.
It's smooth concrete.
Smooth.
The smoothest.
Smooth.
You fall against it, it's just like sliding.
Yeah. Butter.
You know, butter. It has all the hits, you know, mini ramp. Maybe like a nice 10-foot vert. Gator skin, hey.
Gator skin.
That type. Fucking jacuzzi.
Hell yeah.
I want a coffee shop.
Yes.
Like snacks, like a light, like protein, like a light lunch.
Yes.
Smoothie bar. I just want like it to be like summer fun. Basically what you're saying, but like outside and beachy. Maybe a pool.
Next to the, like on the beach, but like not on it with the sand, like a beach visual. So it's
like think, you know how the old real world houses would just be like hanging off the side of a cliff over the ocean.
Yes.
I'm picturing like a psychotic building like that. That's just like, look how fun this weird place is, but it's like a skate park. Yeah. What if there's like levels?
Oh my God.
Like one level is like, the bottom level is the bowls. The next level is like, you know, the homemade type thing. Like you could move stuff through, and people were like, "No, we got this idea. We're gonna move these grind rails like this, and we're gonna go on this and this."
Oh my God!
And then the next level is just like you go to skate park ramps, and then the top floor, the rooftop is the roller rink. It's a parking garage.
Yeah. Oh, I like that actually. I love that.
I really want my hot tub though.
So it's like a half indoor, half outdoor.
Yeah, I want shade but outside.
Yeah.
Like but if you want sun, go to the roof.
Yeah. I like that. I love that. I really do. I love that a lot.
A girl can dream.
Have a little little like parent area where they could watch and be like like dance mill.
Yeah. like bleachers, like
I love it. So why don't y'all tell us in the comments what your dream skate park would have? Would it have a boba shop in it? Would it have like a weave store? Will it have like, you know, a nail place? Like, okay, now I'm getting wild.
A nail place?
A nail place? You get your nails.
You just fucked a nail up at the skate park. You're just like, I'm just gonna go get this fixed. I'll be right back, ladies. Okay. And then we'll be skating in a jiff.
Right? Exactly. Who said it was wrong? A bar?
It's our park.
A bar?
A bar.
A bar.
Water is free though.
Water is always free. Yes, yes. There's a pool, jacuzzi.
A pool, a jacuzzi.
Water slide.
I want the top to be the pool, the jacuzzi, and the rink.
Fucking ball pit. Fucking everything. Tell us in the comments below what y'all would have at your skate park of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching Skate Sunday. If you're looking for me, you can find me at Rolling with Rosie.
And if you're looking for me, you can find me at Hey Shorty with 3 Y's and 2 underscores.
And if you're looking for us, you can find us at
Skate Sunday.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.
Bye.